Dev up against Christos Karaitis of Greece.
Jones makes it 4 Americans moving into the final day, with Mendoza, Patricio in the women's, and Jamar Talley, his teammate. But now, who will he face?
Karaitis, 2022 World Youth Bronze medalist. Points decisions over Son Seok-jun of the Republic of Korea and Ladislav Horvats of Slovakia. Nishant Dev lost in the quarter-finals of the Asian Games to eventual winner Okazawa Suwon. Inspired by his uncle, who was a professional boxer. He hails from Haryana State, which, as some of you will know, a real hotbed for wrestlers in India. Last year, he won bronze at the World Championships, and he actually lost to Aslanbek Shimberganov, who we saw win an epic against Bayram Durdi Nurmagomedov of Turkmenistan. To get here, Nishant Dev defeated Britain's former European silver medalist Lewis Richardson in his opener, then had a unanimous decision over Georgia's Tokyo 2020 quarter-finalist Esker Khan Madiev. So Nishant has impressed so far here in Italy. Can the Southpaw keep it going here? Karaitis on the front foot in the early stages.
Dev said after watching Manoj Kumar win the gold at the 2010 Commonwealth Games in Delhi that he decided to seriously pursue boxing. 14 years later, I think you'd say smart move.
Nishant Dev starting to find his range. Karaitis firing back. It's not been the best week so far for Indian boxers, but Nishant Dev can improve their fortunes here. Well, the winner of this bout faces Amari Jones, and that will be a tough opponent.
Absolutely.
Good combination from Nishant Dev.
This reminds me a bit of Jones Magsudi, just a little bit.
Karaitis, the slightly stockier of the two. Nishant trying to use his speed. .30 seconds just over to go in round one, and very cagey opening. I think Nishant has just had the better of it. Hasn't been much coming from the man in blue. Nishant proving more effective on the counter. There's the end of round one. I think it's a round in the bank for that man in your picture.
Did more work.
And he gets it on all 5 scorecards.
Karaitis needs to do what he did in the last 10 seconds. Pick up the pace and, take a few to get in there. Because, the first 2.5 minutes, it wasn't presenting much of a problem at all.
Saw his corner telling him to move his head as he comes in, so he doesn't get picked off as he launches his attack. Big second round coming up. If Nishant can take it, he'll almost certainly be through to the quarterfinals. We might see a bit more intensity from Karaitis.
He has to. He has to change a tactic. Not necessarily change tactics, but just come on in. I don't think he was hurt at all by Nishant Dev.
Still not much coming from Karaitis. Good right from Nishant. And combination gets through the guard, and the Indian starting to turn up the pace, and it's a standing 8 for Karaitis. I'm not sure that was warranted, and as we have discussed, standing 8s don't really affect the score, but Karaitis back on with it.
Well, if that doesn't light a fire under the Greek, nothing will. He took a couple, but didn't seem in trouble. He has to just go for it right here.
Nishant is the one doing the scoring. There was an excellent uppercut followed by the right.
He's on the mark, and he's often
Nishant cautioned for use of the head, but he's well on top in this second round. Not much coming back from the Greek.
He's blocking some of those, but
not all.
No. And when you're blocking, you can't be throwing any.
Nishant using his strength there, just maneuvered Karaitis into the corner.
Second bout in a row where one of the two is confused and looking for any answer. And when he gets there, his punches don't have a lot of sting.
No, Nishant covering up well, and might even see a 10-8 here. That was a very convincing second round from Nishant Dev. Well, one judge gave Karaitis the second round.
And again, the standing 8 doesn't have to be reflected in the score. He was on the wrong end of a lot of leather, and there came the standing 8, I believe.
Just caught the beginning of that standing 8 count. Didn't really see much from Karaitis in that round. Not that it really matters, because 4 judges did give the round to Nishant, and he's 2 points ahead on 4 scorecards and well in charge, and Karaitis needs a stoppage, and just looks a bit disheartened, the Greek, because he's taken plenty of punches, he's put some effort in, but they've not been rewarded, and he just can't find a way to solve this Indian boxer.
Said this a couple times over the last few days, that sometimes we don't know what he's getting into the ring with. You know, sometimes might be a little under the weather, there's a nagging injury or something, but not to take anything away from what Nishant Dev is doing in the ring. He's been crisp, he's escaped when he's had to, but he hasn't had to. He's willing to trade, and there's not much coming back.
Nishant now just sizing up his punches. That was a good reply from Karaitis. Nishant again using the jab. You would think that Karaitis knows the situation. He knows he needs a stoppage, but he's not really piling on the pressure as you would expect.
You'd think he would be leaving his feet a little, looking for something huge, because this will not get it done.
And he has got Nishant in the corner now, so maybe he can start to unload right over the top, but Nishant, strong, pushes his way off the ropes, back into the centre of the ring. Minute 20 to go, and no sign of Karaitis getting back into this or producing the knockout punch he needs. Couple of uppercuts from Karaitis, but Nishant covering up well inside the final minute. Body shot from Nishant. And as you mentioned earlier, oh, that was a lovely left from Nishant, which sent Karaitis' head back. But as you mentioned earlier, a bit like our last bout, where Maksudi looked a bit deflated and out of ideas, and Karaitis looks the same.
Yeah. And the similar problems presented by his opponent moving, not able to really be hit, and when you hit him, it doesn't seem to hurt, and there's a whole lot coming back at you.
And this final round just petering out. Nishant, probably the one with more scoring at the end, as Christos Karaitis returns to his corner. There's your winner of the final bout of the evening. Pretty comfortable in the end for Nishant Dev. And he'll be making his way to the quarterfinals. Much tougher proposition in prospect. Amari Jones of the United States.
Just thinking about that, and they're, you know, similar physique, similar styles, but I think Jones presents a big problem for his Indian opponent, but you know, that's why they'll get in the ring, and we'll find out.
We will find out, but first we will find out the official verdict. Unanimous decision for Nishant Dev of India. He is through to the quarterfinals. He is one win away from the Olympic Games at Paris 2024. But in his way is the American Amari Jones. And as you say, Tom, similar fighters, but from what we saw, Jones looks the quicker, a bit more ringcraft perhaps, but we'll find out tomorrow.
And neither was really tested today.
No.
So, you know, when they get in against each other, maybe Nishant Dev can expose something, but I'll believe it when I see it.
You see the highlights of that final bout and unanswered combinations from Nishant Dev, world bronze medalist last year.
And when Karaitis got him, you know, in a position where you thought he would want to go to work on the body, and it was the other way around. It was Nishant Dev just getting the better of the close exchanges as well.
Yeah, a dominant display from the man from Haryana State. That was the left right near the end of the contest, which scored and sent Karaitis' head back. And that last round, all 5 judges giving it the way of Nishant Dev. So that brings our action to a close this evening. We'll get a little look at the bracket of the men's 71 kilograms. You can hear that the action's still going on ring A. pretty vocal